At a time when the city of Phoenix is laying off workers, furloughing employees, and raising taxes, is this the time to be forking out $50 grand to defend the chief of police in a legal battle?
Well, a majority of the Phoenix City Council thinks so. They voted that way today. In question is Jack Harris's pay. He's the head of Phoenix PD. He used to carry the title police chief, but then he retired. Then he was hired back under a different title, public safety manager. Different title, but basically the same job. So the bottom line is he's collecting a new paycheck plus a lucrative pension. Andrew Hasman was there when the council decided to pick up the legal fees for the chief. Andrew.
Well, John, people are calling Jack Harris a double dipper, and now he is being sued for it. Today, the majority of the council decided that since they essentially created the position that he is in, they should help defend him. Chief Harris retired back in 2007, but just 2 weeks after his retirement, he returned to fill that new position, public safety manager. He's currently collecting a pension of about $90,000, along with his new base salary of $193,000. That's almost $300 grand a year.
When do we stop the ridiculousness? We got to draw the line somewhere. Chief Harris is a good place to start.
Arizona law forbids a retired police officer who comes back to fill the same position from collecting a pension. The lawsuit alleges that Chief Harris is essentially doing the same job with a different title, even occupying the chief's office space at Phoenix PD. In what turned out to be a somewhat heated debate, a majority of the council, including the mayor, decided it was their responsibility to help defend the chief.
I wasn't on the council when they agreed to have a public safety director, but I think if my predecessors thought it was important enough and he's our staff member, we should support all employees equally.
A big crowd spoke out against paying for that lawyer, as did a few council members.
It's clearly a private matter, but for his own personal pension, it's not fair for the taxpayers to have to fund it. It's as simple as that.
We should mention that a number of people, including some fellow officers, spoke out in favor of Chief Harris. We tried to get a response from the chief tonight, but we never heard back. The total amount the city is going to have to shell out is $49,000. And, John, they made this decision at the same meeting where they were discussing whether or not to charge people $2 to park at Camelback Mountain.
Andrew, you know, I have great respect for the chief, but I've got to say, I think a lot of people out there watching in these budgetary times are saying, time out, wait a minute. I mean, this is a lot of money, and it is for his benefit. So 50 grand, you would think he's in a position to pick up the tab. He's making plenty of money. Why not do it? And maybe is there a chance that he could say, you know what, I'm not going to accept the city's money, I'm going to do it myself.
Well, there's certainly a possibility he can do that, but as I mentioned, we haven't heard from him tonight. Again, John, the city council made it very clear they felt that it was their duty to help defend him since they essentially created the position that he's in right now.
Yeah, I get that, but they're also in the same boat. They also are looking at a pension down the line for serving on the council and working for the city. So, you know, it's kind of like everybody's watching out for their own pocketbook and the taxpayers saying, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Well, the taxpayer can certainly make their voices heard. There's public comment at the council meetings, and there are plenty of people there today commenting.
Okay, Andrew Hasman live tonight. It's not the last we've heard of this, I'm sure. Andrew Hasman, thanks.